Hey Seb. Yeah, what's up? You going to talk about that one director you love? You gotta be more specific. I love a lot of directors. That young one. The one that made that movie. The one that you love. What's his name? It starts with a D.
Yeah, you mean David Lynch?
No. He's not young. Darian Gazelle?
You mean that guy that directed Whiplash?
Oh, you mean Damien Chazelle? Yes, him, yes.
No. That's not him. I'm pretty 100% sure that Damien Chazelle directed Whiplash.
No, I got this here.
Let me think.
Anyways, did you see that new movie that he made?
Oh yeah, of course I did.
So you watch any movie of his, even if it's not about jazz?
Oh, absolutely. I would watch a film about paint drying if it were directed by Damien Chazelle. Darren Aronofsky. Dude, we're 5 years ahead of you. You know what? This intro's not going anywhere. This is Damien Chazelle's First Man.
Hey YouTube, what up? Seb's here, how you doing? Now, I know this film has been out for a long time already. It's been out for at least, 2 to 3 weeks. And it's probably a little bit too late to, give other people's my opinion. Or, if they want to go see it, hear others, my opinion about it. But I had the great opportunity to see the film a second time. And it just gave me some reassurance on my opinions on the movie. And some things that I thought differently about the movie, and I just wanted to share them out. So here they are. So what's it all about? First Man is a new film directed by my favorite filmmaker working today, Damien Chazelle, who wrote and directed both Whiplash and La La Land, two of my favorite films ever freaking made. I'll be sure to review those films another day, but First Man is a drama biopic about astronaut Neil Armstrong. The film stars Ryan Gosling, Claire Foy, Chandler, Jason Clarke, and many others, as the film centers around the years that Neil Armstrong committed to the space program, leading all the way to the Apollo 11 moon landing on July 1969. Throughout these years, we experienced what it was like to be inside the tiny metal capsules, what it meant to be the first man to go to the moon, the sacrifice it took for all these brave men, the trials that Neil faced physically and eternally, and what it was to not just be an astronaut, but what it was for Neil to be a husband, a father, and a man.
But what did you like about it, you nerd?
Alrighty, so I think it's pretty safe to say that the majority of this video is going to be focused in this section. Because, oh my gosh, guys, I love this film. Now, whatever, call me biased or say that, I'm just, I don't know. But I'm here to give my opinion, and this is my opinion. This film is great. It was honestly everything I wanted it to be. Yet it wasn't exactly what I expected it to be at all. I've been more than excited for this film since it was announced, and I was not disappointed. Now let's start with the performances. Ryan Gosling. Ryan Gosling gives a stellar performance. He's honest and just emotional as the stoic, focused, and introverted Neil Armstrong. Now, as an introvert myself, and a rather stoic person myself, I personally really connected with Neil in the film and understood why he reacted in ways that he did. Claire Foy, Claire Foy also gives another stellar performance that's just both honest, real, and ultimately really beautiful. Thankfully, they both never come off as show-offy actors like, oh, look at me, I'm an actor in a drama about something that happened. I'm raising my voice and giving a dramatic scene. This is the scene you're gonna show on my Oscar-nominated night. I'm a great actor, aren't I? Where's my Oscar? I want an Oscar! Aren't I a good actor? Never felt that way for me, thank God. He never went as over the top as Leonardo DiCaprio or Tom Cruise, who just tries so hard and it just comes off so pathetic. Now, while this film is definitely about NASA and the moon landing and the space race, it has a great amount of spectacle to it, which I'll definitely get into later. The central heart and core of the film are the characters. We see what they struggle through. We see them mingle amongst each other, and it just feels so real and raw that it's almost like you're watching a documentary about these people's lives. Now, everyone else did a great job in the film. There's not a single bad performance. But I just really wanted to mention Gosling and Foy because they two just they stole the film performance-wise for me. Now let's get to the space sequences. The space sequences in this film are just masterfully done. Everything just looks and feels real. The effects in this film are probably the best effects I've seen all year so far. Everything just comes off so seamless, and it never feels like they're trying to show off anything. It's just it's so good. You can tell that it's real too, that these are props, these are practical effects mixed with I don't know what was real and what wasn't. I mean, it just proves that if you mix both practical and visual effects, you'll just get an effect that looks extremely lifelike, and it'll look just so freaking real. Like, just take notes, Hollywood! The film also captures perfectly the mix of both the terror of space and just the ultimate beauty of it. The takeoff scenes in these films are freaking terrifying. The sound design, the cinematography create a sense of claustrophobia and nausea that I haven't felt in a space movie like this. I mean, Gravity, yes, but this actually happened, you know. So like, actually, yeah, that's another point. We already know how this movie is going to freaking end. They get to the moon and return safely back to the Earth. This happened. Yeah, you kind of forget that when you're watching the movie. With such investment in who these people are and in the story, that you almost end up forgetting how the film ends. And personally, in the last act of this movie, I was on the edge of my seat the entire time. Both the first and the second time. Now, it's probably already kind of too late for those who haven't seen the film to see it in IMAX, but I had the immense opportunity to experience this film in IMAX, and oh my god, what an experience it was. Holy crap. Now, for those who don't know, the film was shot on 16mm. I love 16mm. I love movies that are shot on film. It just feels so raw, and you can see the film grain throughout the movie. It's beautiful. And so the film transitions from 16mm to IMAX once you get to the moon. And holy crap, that transition is just awe-inspiring and incredible. And if the film is playing in IMAX anywhere near you, I strongly urge you to see it in IMAX. The direction and cinematography in the film were both beautiful and inspiring to me. The film just proves that director Damien Chazelle has much more range than just making movies about jazz, but can pull off things that are far grander in scope and emotion. The composer Justin Hurwitz, who did both Whiplash and La La Land, gives another beautiful score that sure is not as great as the soundtrack for La La Land, but gives a score that could have easily have been thrown off, makes a score that's just both beautiful and transcendent and personal. Like, throughout the film, it just changes from beautiful, personal, and intimate to grand, heroic, and returns back to intimacy. I've been listening to the score on repeat ever since I saw the movie. It's great. Everything about this movie was just, I don't know, everything hit me about this movie. And I think the film is just worth seeing for the third act alone. Like the landing scene and the moon sequence alone. Damien Chazelle continues to prove that he knows really how to end the movie on a great emotional chord, and it leaves you thinking about the cost of a goal and what it takes to drive someone towards success. You nerd, what didn't you like? Nothing. I'm just kidding. I don't know, because I don't think there's anything in the film that I generally would say I didn't like, or there's nothing in this film that wasn't well done. Everything was well done. But merely there were tiny things that kind of bothered me or I found odd while watching the film. Now, the film was shot and directed in a way that made it seem like it was all like a documentary. And so obviously the camera is going to be rather shaky, and there's going to be sequences that aren't as focused. And at points I was kind of brought out of the film because of that. Seeing it in IMAX, a lot of the times I thought it was a little too shaky, and then it kind of gave me a little bit of nausea just watching the scenes. And Even the second time watching it not in IMAX, I thought scenes were a little too shaky. And there were even instances that the filmmakers decided to use snap zooms in several moments in the film to create that documentary style. And while I don't mind snap zooms in movies, I like snap zooms in some movies. The way they used the snap zooms in this movie, I don't know, they kind of took me out of the movie a little bit. And I mean, it doesn't deteriorate my love for the movie that much, but it kind of was in the way of me giving it a higher score than it could have gotten. But again, these are just minor nitpicks. People probably will love this. I personally wasn't a huge fan of it.
Hey, Essay, so what did you think overall?
Overall, I love this film. If I haven't made that clear yet, I love this film. As someone who knows so much about the space race, Neil Armstrong and what happened to him, who he was, I was pleased to say I was still able to be blown away and emotionally invested despite knowing exactly what happens. The film really captures what it's like to be in those tiny spacecrafts, taking off into space, what it was like having someone you love be a part of something so grand yet so risky. Now, okay, I don't want to get so much into the controversy because I hate controversial stuff sometimes, but what I will say is that it's absolutely stupid that there's even controversy in the first place. This is a very patriotic film, and the flag is seen extremely prominently throughout the film. And hey, guess what? There's a shot of the flag on the moon, stupid! It really is just, it sucks that the movie didn't perform so great because the ignorance of people not wanting to judge something for themselves, but merely taking other people's words. That's something that isn't even true. Please, come on. If you can, take my advice and go see the movie and judge it for yourself. The film was tense, it was engaging, the direction was inspiring, and I'm never gonna forget that last act of the movie. Probably by far one of the best scenes of the year, and one of the best space scenes ever. Honestly, I loved it. It's my favorite film of the year so far. I still need to see more movies, but I mean, this one really just transported me and captured me. And again, it had tiny nitpicks, but again, it just didn't really ultimately too much deteriorate my enjoyment of the film. And I'm going to give First Man a solid 9 out of 10. Thanks for watching, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it, my review, and there'll be more reviews coming out soon. Hope you guys enjoyed my short film if you guys saw it, and I'm working on another one right now, and that'll be out very soon. If you follow me on Instagram or Twitter, you'll know when it comes out. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you all later, and God bless you all.